Disclaimer, if you are triggered by divination, astrology, tarot, and worldly discussions, this channel is not for you. Please enjoy.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Wisdom and Light here, and I am back with another reading. So this reading is going to be different. Well, normally when I say that, it's because this reading is not going to be a celebrity prediction reading. This is going to be basically another reading where we open our minds and we do our best to see things from a different perspective. I'm even going to be challenged in this reading as well to kind of see things beyond my own understanding. We are going to be talking about CERN, predictions surrounding it. Is it making black holes? Is it creating other dimensions? And what can we expect from this going forward? So if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Bianca, but most people know me as Miss J. And welcome to Wisdom and Light, where we do readings like this one. We also do monthly horoscopes and whatever that's going on in the cosmos. Thank you guys so much for spending time with me and for coming back on this beautiful channel. So I want to show you guys first this new deck that I am going to be using during this reading, and we are using the Tazama African Tarot. Please excuse me if I'm saying it wrong, but this deck is so beautiful, and they were actually kind enough to send this to me. And if you guys would like to get this deck as well, I will have the link in the description box down below. They did give me a personal link. I'm very new to this, so if you're not someone that wants to kind of click on that link, that's perfectly fine. But if you do, it does support me and this channel, and you can also just look for this deck on Amazon as well to support them. They have a beautiful deck, and I haven't even dived into it yet, so we're going to be diving into this deck together. You guys can see that it's nicely wrapped and packed. It comes with a beautiful little book. And normally people always ask me, where do I get my decks from? I normally get them from Amazon, but I promise to do better with leaving the link in the description box, as well as the link to this beautiful deck. So if you're interested in getting this deck, then the link is in the description box. You can click the link, and you can also type in the coupon code that's available in the description box as well. Girl, they sending me stuff, honey. Like, this is a first for me, and it happened all around the Capricorn full moon. Okay, so I'm very excited. So let's get all of that out the way. Now that all of that is out the way, let's start with a disclaimer as well. I am not a scientist, and I am not an astronomer. Keep that in mind, okay? Please keep that in mind. If you know more about it, then please feel free to share what you know in the description box down below. The more we know, the more we can learn together. So I'm going to just be interpreting what is to come with this, and then we're going to go from there. So basically, CERN, I'm going to read the definition to you guys so I don't get it messed up, because I'm still wrapping my head around it. I'm still dissecting it and doing my best to understand. So basically, CERN has stirred up a lot of controversy and tons of conspiracy theories about creating another Big Bang or black hole. What is really going on, and is there truth to those rumors, is what this reading is going to be about. Now, around July 5th was when the machine that was created by these physics and scientists, they were basically starting it up to see if it's possible, because they basically found atoms, or they found other things, species of life. Basically, they're trying to debunk the theory that God created this and we were created by something else, basically. And, you know, a lot of people feel away. Especially people that are very religious, because they feel like they're playing the hand of God. They're basically trying to say, God created Earth. What do you mean that another dimension was open and that created Earth within itself, or other aliens of that sort created Earth and we were just this, that, and the third? So granted, again, this reading could be very triggering if you are someone that is religious, or someone that has a set of practices that you follow. So what I ask of you during this reading, if you do want to dive deep with me and we unravel what the scientists of CERN is trying to debunk, then let's be open and just see it, and just stepping into the mind of what they believe, and to why they think that they want to open other dimensions and do time traveling and things of that sort. I really challenge all of you to have a very open mind with this, and trust and believe. You don't have to believe in anything that this reading has to say, but just come in with a clear canvas and an open mind, basically. So let's do this. And by all means, this is not to change your idea of what you believe in, your ideologies. No, this is just a very insightful reading where we're going to see what's going on here. So that was the longest disclaimer I've had in a minute. But this is not a simple reading. This is that was the longest description that I've had in a minute. So the first question that I have for the organization that is CERN, right? Let's see. Is there truth behind creating another Big Bang theory or other dimensions? What do they know that we don't? Is the first question that I have. Already creating other dimensions. We have the Hermit. We have the Ace of Pentacles. What I just heard intuitively, it's not about how we say it, it's when we say it. I just heard that intuitively. It's not about how we say it, it's when we should say it. When do we express what we've been searching? And I believe CERN began back in 2016. I'm going to make sure that I get my facts correct. But they've been creating this machine for quite some time. And even when you watch the movie Doctor Strange, it talks about things like that, other dimensions, time traveling. And this is what these scientists are trying to achieve, basically. So we're going to see when they started it up on July 5th, did it change everything in our world? Did it create other dimensions? Should we be scared? Should we? That's what I'm looking into. But we're trying to see, what are they unraveling? So guys, so far in this reading, they already received information. They've already received information, but it's about how do we present this to the world? How do we make this make sense? Okay. How do we bring this to the collective? And when we do this, will we be received? Will we be understood for our efforts? Is what their mindsets are, the scientists behind this. But they have already discovered certain things. And based on this reading, it's not about how they're going to explain it. It's when. So I was literally just saying that's their thinking process, but they have already come to the conclusion that they have enough information. They just don't know when they're going to present it, and if people are ready to receive this new theory that's coming through. Okay, I have the Hermit, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. They have already received proof that other portals and other dimensions can be open. In their beliefs and in their studies, they have already proven this. So now they were researching all of this time to go within on, were we created from this? Were we created from a black hole? And were we created from another higher power that kind of created us? It's interesting. So they believe, basically in this reading from what I'm seeing, they believe that we were created out of the Big Bang, the black hole theory, and maybe, just maybe, we were a science project in itself. The human race, Earth, we were created to see how far it can go. So they want to understand why we were created. What is the purpose of this? And it's interesting. These are a lot of scientists that don't really believe in God, but here they are really, in a sense, believing in spirituality in a way, and they are believing that there's more to us than what's been said. So they want to get to the beginning. They want to get to the root of it. And it's interesting because even in this reading, a lot of scientists, this is just my opinion, but a lot of scientists are just not trying to give it the fact that all of this was created by God. They don't want to just kind of simplify it like that. They don't want to just be like, oh yeah, God created it. No, they want to ask, why did God create this? Who is God? What was the purpose of this? And if we recreate it, will we know exactly where we came from? Will we time travel to the beginning? That is what CERN is about. So even though they don't really believe in God, in a way they do, because this is the human curiosity of how far can we take this. I just feel that they don't want to give it a spiritual meaning. They want to look at it from an astronomy, a physics type, and a science type of background, But based on this reading, their inner selves, the hermit, this is inner knowledge, this is discovery to self. They do, in a sense, believe that there is something bigger beyond our own comprehension. And I do feel like a lot of them want to give it to other beings, but they don't want to give it to God itself. And this is why a lot of religious people have an issue with them even playing with time traveling and opening dimensions and portals, because what if that does something to the atmosphere on Earth? What if it tips something over? What if it changes something energetically and it makes more people a little bit erratic and tense? So a lot of people don't like CERN. A lot of people feel like they're playing God, or they're trying to be God, and they're trying to debunk everything that we know today. So for example, we know that so many wars have happened for religion. A lot of wars have happened because of religion. The witches' crusades. We have Christian wars. We have wars against Hindus, and there's been so many wars regarding belief and what you deem to be true and righteous. You know what I'm saying? There's been so many of that. So the fact that they're trying to come through and say, what if I tell you that all of this is a lie and this is what happened? That's going to send people. A lot of the reasons why certain laws in this country have been passed is because they believe, they kind of bring it back to the Bible. They bring it back to their own spiritual and religious beliefs. So you have people that live by their spiritual and religious beliefs. So if they try to come back and say all of that is a lie because CERN has proven that we are opening portals and we are doing this, this is why the scientists, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, the Nine of Swords, this is why they're scared to even bring this up, because are humans ready to have this conversation? Are humans ready to put their fears and their skepticism to the side and receive the message? And to be honest, with them doing all of this, you can't really worry about if we're ready, because you have already created enough commotion and a lot of hysteria was happening. You know what I'm saying? So I do believe that they have already received certain information to prove their point that there is something bigger than us. And it's interesting how that came up. We have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. So they were receiving little tidbits of information. This is more so of matter to me, Ace of Pentacles. And this is water, receiving life on other places. Or when we opened this machine, we found specks of life. We found this small offering. They have been time traveling. So they believe that they've been time traveling. What Spirit is showing me is them wearing something and they are seeing things. Interesting. The Nine of Swords, how do we share this? I do feel like as time goes on, we're going to hear about CERN again with the Three of Cups. And they are going to express what they've seen. Expect this to even be a documentary, actually, where they break this down and talk about it. Expect to see it on Netflix. I keep hearing Netflix is what I'm seeing. And I do feel like this is going to be a very big discussion on social media. And can it cause a very heavy debate? Absolutely. So even though there's a little bit of fear here, there's also a lot of excitement. A lot of people are not going to rock with this. A lot of people are going to feel like you are playing with God and you are tampering with stuff that we don't need to be tampering with the Three of Swords here. Okay? That is how a lot of people are going to feel. But then we have a lot of people that feel like this is a spiritual shift, the Two of Cups. This is their opportunity to understand why they believe in other dimensions and other portals and other worlds more than this. So the spiritual people that are very much into star seeds and things of that sort, they're going to be relishing in this and they're going to be wanting to understand this on a deeper level. The religious side of it, they feel like they are tampering with powerful forces that should not be touched because that is in the hands of God. And interesting enough, I'm in the middle with this one. If you guys want my opinion, I am in the middle. A part of me finds it interesting that there's more than we could possibly even fathom. We have done readings on this channel speaking to people that have passed on. We have done readings where we talked about things bigger than ourselves. So you guys know that my mind does go very deep. I just don't have the time and space to you know what, at the time I didn't feel safe to talk about that on this channel, but I don't feel like anything that I'm saying is necessarily dangerous. It's more so of challenging our thinking process. And do we ever look at the sky and we ask ourselves, is there more to this? Is there more to this? You know what I'm saying? I believe all of us at one point has questioned that. Not that we're questioning God and questioning our beliefs, but we question the beginning, or we wonder the beginning, or what took place in the beginning, or I wish I could see a visual of that. How did it come about? I feel like a lot of us have had that thought pattern, and it's okay if you have. It's not making you forsake what you believe in already. You can still believe in those principles and all of that, because that is your truth and that is what you believe to be true, and there's nothing wrong with that. Your truth cannot be taken away from you, and what you deem to understand cannot be taken away from you. But have all of us sat with ourselves and we ask, why am I here? What is the purpose of this? Yes, I do believe a lot of us have asked that question. So it's going to bring a lot of conversation. Now, I do want to ask, but on the other side, right? I do believe that, are they playing with powerful forces, and should it be tampered with too much? I do believe it shouldn't be tampered with too much. I do believe that it can affect people energetically in a weird way. So I would say I believe in there's more than what we could understand. I believe in God, and I believe that God is the beginning. But I also believe that the more we try to tamper with things that we shouldn't, the more it can open up stuff that isn't really necessarily safe. I do believe that. So I want to ask, will we be experiencing any black holes? Will we be experiencing any black holes and any more big bangs? We have the 10 of Wands, and then we also have the Judgment. And then we also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have the 7 of Wands. I'm going to say no, it's not going to create another big bang or something of that sort. But something in the atmosphere, or something about when they try to tamper with it, the weather is going to be very bizarre, is what I'm seeing. So I do feel like, again, when this documentary or when this discussion comes out, it's going to create a lot of judgment. It's going to create a lot of, what was the reason for this? Why are you doing this? Explain yourself, because this is not making any sense. A lot of that is going to take place. So no, I'm not seeing that they are trying to create other black holes in other dimensions, but I do feel like they're trying to see if they're out there and they exist, and what is within them, is what I'm gathering in this reading. So let's see, who is funding this? Who is funding this? Because this is just not happening all by itself. A lot of millionaires, a lot of people that believe in this theory are investing in this. The 5 of Pentacles. And interesting enough, CERN has a lot of investors. There are a lot of investors here, especially with the 6 of Swords, things of the past, trying to debunk things of the past, the baggage of the past. And if you think about it, this looks like Mother Mary and Jesus. It's just interesting. And there's a guardian there. That's very interesting. The investors that invested in CERN, they're waiting for things to get unraveled, but it hasn't as of yet. It's been years in the making. And with the this is the 5 of Swords. With the 5 of Swords here, a lot of them are going to want their investment and their money back. I just picked up on that, because it's like, when are you going to announce this? When are you going to make us this money back? When are you going to have this take place? Okay. Guys, they're trying to find truth. They're trying to find truth and understand the energy and why everything took place. The Knight of Pentacles, they have already received certain information that can help them back up their theory. They have already received it, okay? We also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have the 10 of Cups. So guys, expect a documentary. Expect a discussion to be had. Expect people to be uncomfortable, and expect a lot of spiritual people to feel like this is their time of evolution, and finally star seeds being able to spread the word and express what needs to be expressed. We are in the age of Aquarius, guys. I said this in my world prediction readings. I've said this, that because we are in the age of Aquarius, a lot of our old belief systems are going to be challenged. And some of you have already been in that space of rethinking what you have learned or trying to understand what you were once scared of in the past. So this is going to challenge consciousness or what we believe to be true, okay, for some of you. And then there's people like myself where I fall in the middle here. I fall in the middle of, I see what you're doing, but this could be dangerous because there may be a lot of people that's not ready to hear it. And also energy. Doing this and tampering with that, it can create crazy weather. That's what I'm picking up on. So I don't feel like it's going to be another black hole and we're all doomed. But this is more so of crazy weather and just a lot going on with air travel even. Because every time they're doing this, they go deeper and deeper and deeper. They're not trying to destroy anything. They're trying to understand why. They're trying to get to the truth of it. That's what they're trying to do. And in a weird way, it's like if we could figure it out, could we create something? Could we do more? Could we make another planet even? Like, this is where their mind goes. And this is why a lot of people that have strong beliefs feel like, no, you are tampering and playing with God. So my question is, will they be successful with creating, because I heard another planet, will they be successful in it? They believe that if enough research is done, it can happen. I heard 200. It can happen in 200 years if a lot of studying takes place. We have the Eight of Wands, walking away from old beliefs. And then we also have the Six of Wands. Some, they will receive praise. And then we have some that are going to really rethink things through. Another thing I'm also believing is, another thing that I'm also hearing is, are we consciously so powerful that we have created, it's weird, like they really go deep. Are we powerful enough to create other dimensions based on our own beliefs? And that's why all of these religions exist. It's interesting, but I am a firm believer that that God has a plan as to why we all worship and come to God in different ways, okay? We just have these scientists that are trying to debunk something in a scientific way, but it comes back to God. It comes back to God. And I believe if they're not careful, they can kind of tamper with things unintentionally. I hope this reading made sense, because even as I'm explaining, I'm like, is this reading making any sense? But yeah, guys, they're trying to debunk the Big Bang. They're trying to debunk consciousness, God, spirituality, and they're trying to connect that with aliens probably creating Earth, or aliens creating us as a mistake, as a science project is what I'm seeing. And they want to understand why. And they want to know, could they be possible of doing the same if they do this enough, and if they time travel and see what can be done. They have already been funded and received a lot of money in this, and now you're going to hear more discussions about it. So I'm going to say this to end off this reading. Please don't be scared. Please don't fear this. This is not supposed to be a fear tactic, but what I will say is stand in your beliefs and keep an open mind with what they're saying. Personally, if you ask me, it all comes back to God, but they just don't want to give it to that, and you know, that's okay. No problem. It's perfectly fine to believe in what you believe in. But yeah, you're going to see a lot of that. You're going to see discussions going forward with this. And notice how when this does happen, you're not going to see the government talk too deeply on it, because again, they don't want to cause hysteria. We're already in civil unrest in a lot of countries. They just don't want to cause any more hysteria. So this is probably just going to stay within the conspiracy theory realm of things, so people don't lose their minds and freak out. Because it's like, are you trying to be God? Are you trying to do shit you're not supposed to do? So yeah, expect those discussions and arguments, but have no fear. I'm happy that we had this discussion. Thank you guys so much for watching this reading. If you have any questions, or you want to just kind of talk about what you feel and how did you receive this reading, I would love to hear everything in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much, and shout out to Tazama African Tarot for this beautiful deck. And I love you guys, and I will talk to you later. If you guys like readings like this, let me know, and we'll try to do more of this, and we'll talk again soon. Bye.